Hi, good morning all. Welcome back to our physics class. The last class we have discussed or we have completed our chapter work and energy, right? So you have to write down the exercises that are given in page number 158 and 159. Okay, so then only the chapter will be more clear to you. So try to do all the exercises. If you feel any difficulty or if you feel any doubts while doing that exercises, you can ask me, or otherwise you can ask your friends, anyone. Okay. So today we are going to discuss a new lesson, your 12th chapter in your science book, that is sound. Okay. So sound. Now let us talk about some different sounds. We are hearing so many sounds around us, right? So why these sounds are different from each other? That is, a male sound is different from that of a female sound. We can easily distinguish both these sounds, right? And when a vehicle passes through or in front of our house, or when an airplane flies, and too many sounds, right? So all these sounds we can distinguish from one another. So what are the factors that needs to distinguish these sounds, or how these sounds are produced, and what is the cause of production of sound? That are things we have to study in this chapter. Okay, so let us consider different sounds. And even though I'm speaking to you now too, I'm speaking to you and you can hear me, right? You are able to hear me. So how my sound reaches to you? That all things we have to find answers. Okay. So production of sound, how the sounds are produced. First of all, we have to find how the sounds are produced. I think you would have studied all these things in the 8th standard itself, right? Anyway, we can discuss how the sounds are produced, production of sounds. So here in your textbook, it is given an activity that tells us about the production of sound. Do you see a tuning fork? Tuning fork കണ്ടിട്ടുണ്ടോ? Maybe you would have seen in your physics labs, right? So it is a tuning fork just like a metal like this. Okay, so like this. This is the shape of a tuning fork. So look at the activity 12.1. Take a tuning fork and set vibrating by striking its prong on a rubber pad. Bring it near to your ear. So when we strike this prong, what happens? It will make some sound. Okay, നമ്മൾ ഇതൊന്ന് വൈബ്രേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ റബ്ബർ എടുത്തിട്ട് നമ്മൾ ഒന്ന് ജസ്റ്റ് സ്ട്രൈക്ക് ചെയ്ത് കൊടുത്താൽ ഈ ട്യൂണിംഗ് ഫോർക്ക് വൈബ്രേറ്റ് ചെയ്യും, റൈറ്റ്? സോ because of that vibration, it will produce some sound. Okay, so actually the vibration of something that produces sounds. So the cause of production of sound is actually vibration. So what do you mean by vibration? എന്താണ് vibration എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ? Vibration is nothing but it's a to and from motion or back and forth motion of an object from that is fixed to that is about a mean position, right? So suppose if we are taking a stone that is hang by a string, then we just strike this and it will move towards this side, and also it will come back and move to this side, and then again it come back, and after some time it will rest at this position. That means this is the mean position, right? So this is the mean position. So it vibrates or it moves like this, and then it goes like this, and then it come back, right? Okay, so this is actually an oscillation. This is actually an oscillatory motion, to and fro motion, or back and forth motion. Also, we can say that is a vibration, right? Okay, so vibrations produce sounds. That you know how we can produce sound, how we can speak. Our vocal cords, the larynx or vocal cords vibrates inside our throat, right? So that produces sound. In human, that vocal cord is responsible for the vibration, and it is responsible for the production of sound. Okay. So here we can go through the activity, this tuning fork activity. Take a tuning fork and set it vibrating by striking its prong on a rubber pad. Bring it near your ear, and do you hear any sound? Definitely we can hear some sound. Okay, and touch one of the prong of the vibrating tuning fork with your finger and share your experience with your friends. So we can feel some vibration in that prong, right? And now suspend a table tennis ball or a small plastic ball by a thread from a support. Take a big needle and a thread. Then put a knot at one end of the thread. Then with the help of the needle, pass the thread through the ball. So this is just for how to hang this ball, right? So this experiment you can bring the tuning fork and this ball, and you can do it to your own by yourself, and you can feel how the sound is produced and how these vibrations can make sounds. Okay, so all these activities given to you to identify or to experience how the sounds are produced. എങ്ങനെയാണ് സൗണ്ട് പ്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്, അതെങ്ങനെയാണ് പ്രൊപ്പഗേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് എന്നെല്ലാം മനസ്സിലാക്കാൻ വേണ്ടിയാണ് ഈ ആക്ടിവിറ്റീസ് എല്ലാം നിങ്ങൾക്ക് തന്നിട്ടുള്ളത്. ഓക്കെ, സോ ഇഫ് യു ഗെറ്റ് എ ട്യൂണിംഗ് ഫോർക്ക് ഓർ ജസ്റ്റ് ലൈക്ക് ട്യൂണിംഗ് ഫോർക്ക് പോലുള്ള എന്തെങ്കിലും ഒരു മെറ്റൽ ഇൻസ്ട്രുമെൻറ്റ് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് കിട്ടിക്കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ജസ്റ്റ് ഒന്ന് വൈബ്രേറ്റ് ചെയ്യിച്ചാൽ, ജസ്റ്റ് ഒന്ന് സ്ട്രൈക്ക് ചെയ്ത് കൊടുത്താൽ ദാറ്റ് വിൽ വൈബ്രേറ്റ് ആൻഡ് ഇറ്റ് വിൽ പ്രൊഡ്യൂസ് സം സൗണ്ട്, റൈറ്റ്? ഓക്കെ, so what happens? Touch the ball gently with the prong of the vibrating tuning fork. Observe what happens. Discuss it with your friends. So when this is a vibrating tuning fork, and we hang a tennis ball or a small rubber ball, plastic ball like this, and when we touch this vibrating prong to this ball, what happens? This vibration will make some vibration in this ball, right? So that is vibration, you know, it is an oscillatory motion, right? So it will make the ball to vibrate, and that means the ball will move like this, and it will move somewhat like this, and what happens? It makes some oscillatory motion. That is, this ball also vibrate, right? ഈ ട്യൂണിംഗ് ഫോർക്ക് വൈബ്രേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ട്യൂണിംഗ് ഫോർക്ക് കൊണ്ട് നമ്മൾ ഈ ബോളിനെ ടച്ച് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ ആ ബോളിലും ഒരു വൈബ്രേഷൻ എക്സൈറ്റ് ചെയ്യപ്പെടും, ആൻഡ് it will vibrate with the help of this tuning fork. Okay, so ആ ട്യൂണിംഗ് ഫോർക്ക് കൊണ്ട് നമ്മൾ ആ ഹാങ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ള ബോളിൽ തട്ടുമ്പോൾ ആ ബോളിലും ഒരു വൈബ്രേഷൻ ഉണ്ടാവും, റൈറ്റ്? ഓക്കെ, so then vibrating tuning fork touching the suspended table tennis ball is given to you in figure 12.1, and what happens? The ball will also vibrate, right? So activity 12.2, fill water in a beaker or a glass up to the rim. These all activities you can just read the activities, that how the vibration, the vibration produced by the tuning fork, that will give to the vibration to the nearest particles or nearest objects. ഈ വൈബ്രേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ട്യൂണിംഗ് ഫോർക്ക് ഒരു സൗണ്ട് പ്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്യും, അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ആ സൗണ്ട് പ്രൊപ്പഗേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് മീഡിയത്തിലെ പാർട്ടിക്കിൾസിനെ ജസ്റ്റ് വൈബ്രേറ്റ് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടാണ്, തൊട്ടടുത്തുള്ള പാർട്ടിക്കിൾസിനെ വൈബ്രേറ്റ് ചെയ്യിപ്പിച്ചുകൊണ്ടാണ് നമ്മൾ സൗണ്ട് പ്രൊപ്പഗേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. പ്രൊപ്പഗേഷൻ ഓഫ് സൗണ്ട് വി ഹാവ് ടു സ്റ്റഡി എ ലിറ്റിൽ ലേറ്റർ. ഓക്കെ, സോ ഈ ആക്ടിവിറ്റീസ് എല്ലാം പറയുന്നത് എന്താണ്? ഈ വൈബ്രേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു ഒബ്ജക്റ്റ് അതിന് തൊട്ടടുത്തുള്ള ഒബ്ജക്റ്റിനെയും കൂടെ വൈബ്രേഷന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് ഇൻസിസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യും. ഓക്കെ, അതാണ് ഈ ആക്ടിവിറ്റീസ് എല്ലാം പറയുന്നത്. സോ യു ജസ്റ്റ് റീഡ് ദാറ്റ് ആക്ടിവിറ്റീസ്, activity 12.1 and 12.2, and then here it is given, the conclusions are given in page number 161. So we can read that. In the above activities, we have produced a sound by striking the tuning fork, and we can also produce sound by plucking, scratching, rubbing, and blowing or shaking different objects. So these all activities, plucking or scratching, like that. When I knock this board, you can hear some sound, right? Okay, so when I knock this board, this surface makes some vibration. Due to that vibration, we can hear that knocking sound. Okay, so all these activities make some vibration that produces sounds. Okay, and we said the objects vibrating and produce sound. Vibration means a kind of a rapid to and fro motion of an object. The sound of the human voice is produced due to the vibration in vocal cords, that we all know, somewhat like this throat area. Here we have a larynx or voice box. Inside that voice box, we have vocal cords that vibrate when the air passes inside or outside. നമ്മൾ സംസാരിക്കുമ്പോൾ എയറിൻ്റെ മൂവ്മെൻ്റ് ആണ് ഈ വോക്കൽ കോഡ്സിലെ വൈബ്രേഷൻസ് പ്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. ഓക്കെ, സോ ദാറ്റ് പ്രൊഡ്യൂസസ് സൗണ്ട്, റൈറ്റ്? സോ all these objects produce some sound due to the vibrations. So how the sounds are produced? Sounds are produced due to the vibration of objects. Okay, and a stretched rubber band, when plugged, vibrates and produces sound. If you have ever done this, then do it and observe the variations of the stretched rubber band. So all these activities given to you to identify or to experience how the sounds are produced and how the vibrations make sounds, right? So you can do all these activities. And activity 12.3. So activity 12.3 you have to do as hand homework. That is, make a list of different types of musical instruments and discuss with your friends which part of the instrument vibrate to produce sounds. So I think these all activities you would have done in your 8th standard. So you should collect the musical instruments, you should try to find the part which is vibrate in different musical instruments. Musical instruments, for example, tabla, how this tabla makes sound when we knock this the stretched surface. That means the stretched membrane that makes some vibration. When we നമ്മൾ തബലയിൽ അതുപോലെ ചെണ്ടയിലൊക്കെ ജസ്റ്റ് ഒന്ന് നോക്ക് ചെയ്ത് കൊടുക്കുമ്പോൾ, തട്ടി കൊടുക്കുമ്പോൾ എന്താണ്, ആ സ്ട്രെച്ച്ഡ് മെംബ്രെയിൻ വൈബ്രേറ്റ് ചെയ്യും. ഡ്യൂ ടു ദാറ്റ് വൈബ്രേഷൻ ഇറ്റ് പ്രൊഡ്യൂസസ് സൗണ്ട്, റൈറ്റ്? ഓക്കെ, സോ ലൈക്ക് ദാറ്റ് വീണ, you know what is veena? It's a musical instrument, right? So when we stretch that, when we make some movements in that stretched string, it will make some beautiful sound, right? So that stretched string is the vibrating part of veena, right? So like that you have to collect different musical instrument, and you have to find which part of this musical instrument vibrate to produce that kind of beautiful sounds. Okay, so you should do this as a homework, activity 12.3, right? And next we have to find how the sounds are propagate. How does the sound travel? So how does that sound travel? Do you think the sound needs any medium to propagate? Definitely the sound needs a medium for propagation, right? So what do you mean by medium? Here it is given that sound is produced by vibrating object. The matter or substance that the matter or the substance through which the sound is transmitted is called medium. Okay, so what do you mean by medium? The substance or the matter through which the sound is transmitted is called medium. So definitely the sound needs a medium for propagation, right? So it can be, the medium can be solid, liquid or gas. Sounds can travel through solids or liquids or gases, right? So for example, when we knock the door and it produces some sound, right? Or when we make some sound while hitting the desk, and you can make your ear to another side of that desk, you can hear that sound. That is, the sound travel through that wooden block. നമ്മൾ ഡെസ്ക് ഒരു വുഡൻ ഡെസ്ക് ആണെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അതിൻ്റെ ഒരു സൈഡിൽ നമ്മൾ തട്ടി കൊടുത്തു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ മറു സൈഡിൽ നമ്മൾ ചെവി വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ നമുക്ക് ആ സൗണ്ട് നന്നായിട്ട് കേൾക്കാൻ പറ്റും. ഓക്കെ, സോ സൗണ്ടിൻ്റെ പ്രൊപ്പഗേഷൻ സോളിഡ്സിലൂടെ വളരെ സ്പീഡിലി നടക്കുന്ന ഒരു പ്രോസസ്സാണ്. ഓക്കെ, ലൈക്ക് ദാറ്റ് സൗണ്ട് ക്യാൻ ഓൾസോ travel through liquids as well as gases. Okay, so when I am speaking to you, you can hear me, right? My sound is propagating through this medium. That means that air is the medium, right? So I can speak to you and you can hear me due to the sounds are propagating through this air or propagating through this medium, and it will reach us to you, right? So that is, the sound moves through a medium from the point of generation to the listener. And when an object vibrates, it sets the particles of the medium around it vibrating. And the particles do not travel all the way from the vibrating object to the ear. The particles of the medium in contact with the vibrating object is first displaced from its equilibrium position, and it then exerts a force on the adjacent particles. So this is how the sounds are propagating. So for example, here the tuning fork is vibrating, right? So when we hang a ball in near to this, what happens? It will make some vibrations in this ball also. Okay, so it will displace us from here to some distance here. That is, here what happens? The particles do not travel all the way from the particle do not travel all the way. The vibrating object is first displaced from its equilibrium position, then it exerts some pressure on the adjacent particle. As a result, with adjacent particles get displaced from its position of rest. So first of all, this ball is at rest, and when this tuning fork comes near to this ball, what happens? It displaces somewhat here, right? But actually it makes some oscillation about this mean position, right? It makes some oscillation about this mean position. It will move towards this side, and also it will move towards this side, and again this oscillation repeats. And what happens then? If here another ball is hanging like this, but this oscillation of this first ball makes some the ball, if the ball is like moving like to this way, and it will reach us to here, it will touch this ball also, this second ball also, right? So then what happens? It also exhibits some oscillatory motion, right? So due to the vibration of this tuning fork, it exerts some force on this first ball, and then it begins to oscillate, and these oscillations make some force on the next nearest ball, and it also makes some vibration on this second ball. That means it will exhibit some oscillatory motion. So if here another ball is like this, hanging like this, and this second ball also exerts some force on this, and it also exhibits some vibration. That means it oscillates about a mean position, right? So like this, the particles of the medium, that is from the particles nearest to the vibrating object, that makes some force on the adjacent particle, that also make another that also makes some vibration on the next nearest particle. Like that it goes on, and it will end where it reaches to the listener. Then what happens? These vibrations, that is this ball 1, 2, 3, etc. This is not actually moving, right? It is fixed one position, and it only the oscillation is happen. That is, it displaces about a mean position like this, right? Displaces about a mean position, but not actually the particles are moving. Okay, the disturbance is only moving. That means it makes some disturbance in this second ball, and then it again makes some disturbance in the third ball, and it is next make a disturbance in the fourth ball, like that. So the disturbance only moving to this side. If we hang a ball into this side, what happens? Also the disturbance is making, also this prong makes some vibration on this ball, that will cause the vibration to the next ball. That is, these are some particles of the medium. Okay. So, നമ്മൾ എടുക്കുന്ന ഈ ബോൾസ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഈ ഹാങ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ള ബോൾസ് നമ്മുടെ മീഡിയത്തിന്റെ പാർട്ടിക്കിൾസ് ആണെന്ന് കൺസിഡർ ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ വാട്ട് ഹാപ്പൻസ്? ഈ വൈബ്രേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒബ്ജക്റ്റ് ദിസ് മേക്സ് സം വൈബ്രേഷൻ ഇൻ ദ നിയറസ്റ്റ് പാർട്ടിക്കിൾസ് ഓഫ് ദി മീഡിയം, റൈറ്റ്? സോ ആ നിയറസ്റ്റ് പാർട്ടിക്കിൾസിൽ ഒരു വൈബ്രേഷൻ ക്രിയേറ്റ് ചെയ്യും. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് ദ പാർട്ടിക്കിൾ ഡസ് നോട്ട് മൂവ് ബൈ ഇറ്റ് സെൽഫ്. പാർട്ടിക്കിൾസ് സ്വന്തമായിട്ട് മൂവ് ചെയ്യുന്നില്ല, ബട്ട് ഇറ്റ് മേക്സ് സം ഓസിലേഷൻ. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് ഒരു മീൻ പൊസിഷനിൽ ബേസ് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ട് അവർ ഓസിലേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നു. സോ ദാറ്റ് ഓസിലേഷൻസ് മേക്സ് എ ഫോഴ്സ് ഓൺ ദ സെക്കൻഡ് ഓർ ദ നിയറസ്റ്റ് പാർട്ടിക്കിൾ. സോ ആ മീഡിയത്തിലെ എല്ലാ പാർട്ടിക്കിൾസിലെയും നിയറസ്റ്റ് പാർട്ടിക്കിൾസിലെയും ഈ തൊട്ടടുത്തുള്ള പാർട്ടിക്കിൾസ് വൈബ്രേഷന് വേണ്ടി ഇൻസിസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നു. അപ്പോൾ ആ വൈബ്രേഷൻ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ആ ഒരു ഫോഴ്സ് കൊണ്ടാണ് ഈ തൊട്ടടുത്ത പാർട്ടിക്കിൾസ് എല്ലാം അങ്ങനെ വൈബ്രേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. സോ ഈ പാർട്ടിക്കിൾസ് ഒന്നും മൂവ് ചെയ്യുന്നില്ല, ബട്ട് ഒരു ഡിസ്റ്റർബൻസ് ഇങ്ങനെ മൂവ് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കുന്നുണ്ട് ഈ ഡയറക്ഷനിലോട്ട്, റൈറ്റ്? സോ ആ ഒരു ഡിസ്റ്റർബൻസ് ആണ് നമ്മുടെ സൗണ്ട്, റൈറ്റ്? ദാറ്റ് ഡിസ്റ്റർബൻസ് ഈസ് നത്തിങ് ബട്ട് അവർ സൗണ്ട്. Sound is just like a wave. Okay, so sounds are produced by the vibrations, and these vibrations make the vibrations of the particles of the medium, and then the disturbance is actually traveling. The particles of the medium does not travel by itself, but actually what happens? The disturbance only traveling. Okay, so I hope it is clear to you, and again you should read these paragraphs given in 161, page number 161, and you have to underline this paragraph. When an object vibrates from where to where, that is, when an object vibrates, it sets the particles of the medium around it vibrating. Okay, so here now the object is vibrating, like suppose this tuning fork is the object that is vibrating, right? So when an object vibrates, it sets the particles of the medium around it vibrating. Okay, so it sets the particles of the medium around it vibrating, and the particles do not travel all the way. The particles do not travel all the way, but what happens? The particles do not travel all the way from the vibrating object to the ear. So here the listener is here, right? So from here to here the sound has to reach. Okay, so what happens? The particles of the medium vibrate, but it does not move actually. Okay, and a particle of the medium in contact with the vibrating object is first displaced from its equilibrium position. That is, it displaces, this is the equilibrium position, and it displaces somewhere here, and this displacement make some force on this second object, right? So then it exerts a force on the adjacent particle, as a result of which the adjacent particles get displaced from its main position or its position of rest. After displacing the adjacent particles, the first particle come back to the original position, right? So this is the equilibrium position, and it moved to this side, and again it come back, right? So actually the displacement is 0 for this first particle, right? Like that, all the particles are come to the main position or come to the actual position after vibrating the adjacent particles, right? തൊട്ടടുത്തുള്ള പാർട്ടിക്കിൾസിനെ വൈബ്രേറ്റ് ചെയ്തതിന് ശേഷം ഫസ്റ്റ് പാർട്ടിക്കിൾസ് ആക്ച്വൽ പൊസിഷനിലേക്ക് മടങ്ങി വരുന്നുണ്ട്. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് ബിക്കോസ് വി ക്യാൻ സേ the particles of the medium does not move by itself, but the disturbance is traveling. Okay, so after displacing the adjacent particles of the adjacent particles, the first particle come back to the original position. This process continues in the medium till the sound reaches to your ear. So till the sound reaches to this listener. Okay, and the disturbance created by the source of sound in the medium travels through the medium and not the particles of the medium. So you should underline this paragraph up to here. Okay, so this tells us how the sounds are propagating from the vibrating object to the ear, to our ear. So how we can hear a sound, that is the sound produced by the vibrating object, or vibrating object produce some sound, and that sound has to travel through the medium to reach our ear. Okay, so what happens there? Actually, the particles of the medium the particles of the medium does not move by itself, but actually the disturbance is only traveling. Okay, that is, the vibrating object produce some vibration on the adjacent particle, that makes another vibration on the next particle. Like that, the particles of the medium just vibrating but not traveling. That is, due to that vibration, a disturbance is produced. That disturbance is actually our sound, right? So that disturbance is propagating from the vibrating object to the ear. Then only we can hear the sound. Okay. So a wave is a disturbance that moves through a medium when the particles of the medium set neighboring particles into motion. Okay, so actually the disturbance is nothing but sound, and we can represent sound as a wave. So the wave is a disturbance that moves through a medium when the particles of the medium set neighboring particles into motion, and they in turn produce similar motion in others. The particles of the medium do not move forward themselves, but the disturbance is carried forward. Right? These all things we have already discussed, and you just go through your textbook. But the disturbance is carried forward, and this is what happens during propagation of sound in a medium. Hence, sound can be visualized as a wave. We can visualize sound as a wave. So sound waves are characterized by motion of particles in the medium and are called mechanical waves. So sound waves are also called as mechanical wave. Okay, sound wave is a mechanical wave, right? And air is the most common medium through which sound travels. Right now I am speaking to you, and you can hear me, right? So my sound is propagating through this air. So normally all the sound that we hear is propagating through air, right? The air is the common medium for the propagation of sound. And when a vibrating object moves forward, it pushes and compresses the air in front of it, creating a region of high pressure. So, actually, how the how the sounds are moving or how the disturbance is moving, it makes some region of higher pressure and some region of lower pressure. Usually, we said that usually we hear all the sounds that is propagating through air medium, right? So, when this vibrating object move forward, it pushes and compresses the air in front of it, creating a region of high pressure, and this region is called compression. Okay. So, compression region എന്തായിരിക്കും പാർട്ടിക്കിൾസിന്റെ ഡെൻസിറ്റി കൂടുതലായിരിക്കും, അതുപോലെ തന്നെ അവിടെ പ്രഷറും കൂടുതലായിരിക്കും. ഇറ്റ്സ് എ റീജിയൻ ഓഫ് ഹൈ പ്രഷർ ആൻഡ് ഹൈ particles density. Okay, so that is known as compression region. And this compression start to move away from the vibrating object when the vibrating object moves backward, right? So here just look it here. So here the particles, the particle of the medium is now here. When it makes this tuning fork makes some vibration, here what happens, it will move towards this side, right? And what happens, and it will also make some vibration in the next. That means the particles comes closer, right? That makes a region of high particle density. High particle density, and high particle density means there is high pressure. Okay, so that region is known as what? Compression region. And when this particle moves backward, what happens? There is some space behind. They leave some space, right? And what happens? The particle density is less in that case. When the particles are moved backward, then there creates a low pressure region that is known as rarefactions. Okay, so when the vibrating object moves forward, it pushes and compresses the air in front of it, creating a region of high pressure known as compression region. And this compression start move away from the vibrating object. When the vibrating object comes back, when the vibrating object moves backward, then what happens? It creates a region of low pressure called rarefaction. Okay, and as the object moves back and forth rapidly, a series of compression and rarefactions are created. Okay, so the vibrating object, the sound is produced by a vibrating object, and it have to travel, right? So all the way to travel, it makes some region of high pressure and low pressure regions. That is, high pressure region is known as compression and low pressure region is known as rarefaction. Okay, so the sound waves always making some compression region and some rarefaction region, again compression region, rarefaction region, like that. Okay. So it is given in figure 12.5, a vibrating object creating a series of compression and rarefaction in the medium. So as object move back and forth rapidly, a series of compression and rarefactions is created in the air. These make the sound wave that propagate through the medium. And compression is the region of high pressure and the rarefaction is the region of low pressure. Pressure is related to the number of particles of a given medium in a given volume. That you all know. Pressure is related to the particles of the medium, right? So in a compression region, we know the particle density is more, right? And in a rarefaction region, the particle density will be less. And more density of particle in the medium gives more pressure and vice versa. This propagation of sound can be visualized by propagation of density variations or pressure variations in a medium. So here it is given that a tuning fork is vibrating and it will produce a compression region and a rarefaction region. Again it continues like compression region and rarefaction region. So in compression region we know compression region particle density is more and also what pressure is high, right? So consider this is a compression region. Okay, the air that is nearest to this vibrating object, when this vibrating object moves forward, it makes the air to compress. The air in front of it makes compress and it will produce a compression region. And when the vibrating object move backward, what happens? It creates a region of low pressure or low particle density, right? So this is a rarefaction region. Okay, so we can represent by R. This we can represent by C. Okay, so again it produces a compression region, and after some time the vibrating particles moves backward, and that creates a rarefaction region, right? Like this it will continue up to where the sound reaches to the listener. Okay, so the propagation of sound can be visualized by the propagation of density variation or the pressure variation in the medium. So this is the medium through which the sound is propagating, and it makes a compression region, then a rarefaction region, then again compression region, rarefaction region. Like that it moves forward up to where it reaches to listener's ear, right? So we can also represent it by a wave. Okay, so this is a compression region, and like this. Okay, so we can represent it like this, and here the density of particles or pressure density or pressure, and this is the distance traveled, right? So the higher region, this is the higher region, or this is the higher region. It is known, this is actually a compression region, right? That means the density is more, right? This is the first region, this is the density is more, and when the wave travels, or when the wave move forward, or the disturbance, the sound is moving forward, then it produces a region of rarefaction, right? So this is the region of rarefaction, and then again it moves forward, then it makes another compression region, and then move forward, it will again make a rarefaction region, then compression region, rarefaction region. Like that it moves forward, right? So this is how we can represent a sound wave and the region of rarefaction and region of compression, right? So actually the sound, now we are talking about how the sounds are propagating through a medium. Right now we know sound needs a medium for propagation, right? It cannot travel through vacuum. Okay, so how we can prove this? The sound or sound needs a medium, or sound cannot travel through vacuum. It is given a bell jar experiment that shows, or that will give an idea, or that will prove the sound cannot travel through vacuum. It actually needs a medium for propagation. So what is that experiment? Read that experiment. Sound is a mechanical wave, and it needs a medium. It needs a material medium like air, water, steel, etc. for its propagation. So sound needs a medium for propagation. and it cannot travel through vacuum, which can be demonstrated by the bell jar experiment. So what is bell jar experiment? Take an electric bell and an airtight glass bell jar. Then electric bell is suspended inside the airtight bell jar. Then the bell jar is connected to a vacuum pump. So what are the things we need for doing this experiment? We need an electric bell and a bell jar and a vacuum pump. And if you press the switch, you will be able to hear the bell. So when we press the switch of this electric bell, we can hear some sound, right? We can hear the sound of this electric bell. And now start the vacuum pump, and when the air in the jar pumped out gradually, the sound becomes fainter. So we have a vacuum pump and it sucks the air inside this jar, right? So when we suck the air inside that jar, the sound of this electric bell becomes fainter. Inside air കുറയുന്നതിനനുസരിച്ച് vacuum produce ചെയ്യുന്നതിനനുസരിച്ച് ഈ ബെല്ലിന്റെ സൗണ്ട് ഫെയിന്റ് ആയിട്ട് അതിന്റെ സൗണ്ട് കുറഞ്ഞു വരുന്നതായിട്ട് നമുക്ക് എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും, right? So although the same current is passing through the bell, the sound of this bell becomes fainter, right? And after some time, when less air is left inside the bell jar, you will hear a very feeble sound. And what will happen if the air is removed completely? When the air is removed completely, we cannot hear any sound of this electric bell. Okay, so that implies this sound needs a medium for propagation. If there is no air inside this jar, the sound that is made by the vibration of that electric bell cannot travel to reach and cannot reach to our ear, right? So sound needs a medium for propagation. It cannot travel through vacuum. Okay, and this experiment, this bell jar experiment shows us to, or it will give a solid evidence for the propagation of sound. That is, the sound needs a medium for propagation. It cannot travel through vacuum, right? So here now we know sound needs a medium for propagation, and it can travel through air, liquid or solid, right? But it cannot travel through vacuum. And here is a question given to you. How does the sound produced by a vibrating object in a medium reach your ear? So how the sound produced by a vibrating object that reaches to our ear? That all things now we have already discussed. So you have to write down the answers in your notebook. It is a homework. And another questions are given to you. Explain how sound is produced by your school bell. So school bell, maybe it is an electric bell or it is like a metal plate, and when we strike that metal plate, that will make some sound, right? So how this produced? Due to the vibration of that metal object, right? When we strike the metal plate with another metal, it will make some sound, or the striking produces a vibration in that metal plate, and then it travels through air and it reaches to our ear. Then only we can hear the sound of bell, right? Okay, and why are sound waves called mechanical wave? And suppose you and your friend are on the moon, will you able to hear any sound produced by your friend? So do you think there is any air in moon? We cannot say there is air present in moon, right? If there is no air, if there are only vacuum is there, we cannot hear the sounds, right? Okay, so all these questions, question given in page number 168 and 162 and 163, you have to do as homework, right? So make this as an or do this as homework. And now we have to find the sound waves, how the sound waves look like. Or we know sound waves are longitudinal waves. We have to look different types of waves. There are different types of waves, and the sound waves, in which category the sound waves belongs, that all things we have to study, right? Okay, so we will discuss it in the coming classes. So now we are going to wind up this class, and if you feel any difficulty or if you feel any doubts, you can ask me, and you have to do the works properly, and you have to submit your notes in the coming days, right? So let me wind up. Take care, children, and thank you.